Hey everyone, this is Daniel. So today I'm going to introduce you to the Didgeridoo and how to play it. It is a PVC Didgeridoo, and I got this one from didgeridoostore.net. I think is the website for this. And this one's pretty cool because it comes apart, it unscrews. And this is great because it fits into itself like, you know, one of these Russian dolls. And you could carry it around in your backpack and take it on trips, which is what I did. And that's actually how I got started. There's a man by the name of Rafael Bejarano, and he was a master didgeridoo player, just recently passed. And he kind of got me started on the didgeridoo and how to breathe and that. And I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with the vibration of it, how you could use it for healing, and how it made me feel. When I first felt it, it felt like I wanted to cry and laugh at the same time. It was so beautiful. So I went on a bicycle trip from Washington State down the Pacific Coast Trail, and I had a didgeridoo similar to this one that was a collapsible didge. And so every night I'd camp out and I'd play the didgeridoo, and I'd get up in the morning and I'd play the didgeridoo. So I kind of got used to it. I didn't really get into the circular breathing until probably 2 years into it, because I felt that when I first started to get into it, it just didn't come naturally to me, and I didn't want to get frustrated and get sidetracked with something that was, you know, so complicated for my brain, and I just wanted to focus on having fun with it. So that's what I did. And yeah, I got lots of, you know, questions. So can you do that circular breathing? And I, you know, just find some kind of response that felt good to me. I'm not really focused on that right now. I'm just focused on creating the vibration or creating the sound. And that was fine. And after a while, when I got more used to playing the didgeridoo and making the sounds, and I got my breathing more relaxed and deeper, then I started to think, well, maybe I should. The other thing that Raphael taught me was that imagine that you could just do this, put water in your mouth, fill up your cheeks with water, and then spit it out. But as you spit out, breathe in through your nose. That's what you'll be doing when you do the circular breathing. So check that out. So on most didgeridoos, you'll find that the mouthpiece is about this big. That's kind of the optimal size for a mouthpiece to fit most mouths, so that you get the allow the lips to vibrate, and you get the seal around the mouth. This is the bell, and it is, you know, with a larger bell you get kind of a more deeper more throaty sound. This one's made out of PVC. Looks pretty cool for PVC, and it's got a real nice sharp, clear sound to it. So this is in the key of A, and each didgeridoo is going to be a different key depending on their size. So the smaller didges are of a higher note, and the longer didges are of a lower note. And it all depends on what they're made out of, how long they are, what the size of the bell is, and that kind of thing. So there's a sweet spot with the length of didgeridoos. So right about here is about the size that will create that vibration. And you can go longer than this. This one is about 5 feet or so. You can go longer. I've done ones that are about 8 foot tall. But the longer that you go, the harder it is to create that vibration. Unless you've got a real smooth, dense inside to that didgeridoo, it's going to get lost in the length of the didgeridoo. So the idea of a long one, I remember one time I was living on this ranch and I saw this agave. That thing must have been 30-40 feet long, and I thought, man, that's going to be the world's longest didgeridoo. But the idea of making that actually work is kind of crazy, because that's a long time for your breath and that vibration to get lost in any little crack and crevice in the didgeridoo. So it's a cool idea, but it's one that's hard to really implement. So the sweet spot for the didgeridoo is between 4 and 6 feet. That seems to be a pretty good size. Now this didgeridoo is an agave didgeridoo that I made, and so what I do is I go out hunting for agave that has died and it has fallen over, and after a nice ceremony there, I strip it of the leaves and then kind of strip it down as much as I can, bring it home, and then I'll cut it in half and then dig out the inside. It's kind of like styrofoam inside, so I'll dig it out and then make it as smooth as I can on the inside, seal it up with epoxy, and then glue it back together, and then seal out the outside so that's as dense as I can make it. So this is one that's got several coats on it, and it's got non-toxic paint on the outside. This is my bee didgeridoo. This is its bell. Got little bees on it. And this is what it sounds like. So you'll see that when I make the vibration, I'm doing little raspberries, and I'm doing it in such a way that I'm trying to get I've trained my lips to relax. And before I started playing the didgeridoo, my lips didn't really know how to do that, to create that flapping and really relaxing my body and relaxing my shoulders. Sometimes when you first start the didgeridoo, it's kind of like this. And you want to blow into it, and your shoulders come up, and you really want to get it, and it's like the more pressure you think you get in there, it's going to be better, but it's actually the other way around. It's kind of like surfing. You try surfing for the first time, and you're really, trying to balance, and you're trying to get the wave, but as you get more and more used to it, surfing, skiing, anything, the more you relax into it, the more you move with it and kind of get in tune with it, the better it sounds, the better it feels. So when I do it, I can do this. I can tighten my lips, so I'm using the muscles in my lips to change that vibration of my lips. And when I breathe, or when I let that out, I'm letting my shoulders down and really relaxing into it. That allows me to get a deeper breath, and allows me to not get so tired out when I'm doing this constant breathing. And the change in the sound is me pushing the air from my diaphragm a little bit more, a little bit less, and I can also use vocalization. So if I'm breathing in this, I can also or lower sounds, and I add that to the breathing, and that's what makes the sounds. I can do little barks or chirps and little twill with my tongue, whatever you want to add to it. Just it adds real cool sounds to it. So. To relax your lips, to do what's called like raspberries, and then change the structure of your lips when you're doing this, and start with a didgeridoo that's not too long and not too short. A plastic one is a good one. They're like $35, $40. And to relax your body, relax your shoulders. And don't worry about the circular breathing. Don't get caught up in that. Unless it comes naturally to you, like my friend, that's cool. But for most people, it's not a natural thing to, breathe in while you're breathing out. So we can go more into the circular breathing later, but I just want to make sure that you have a lot of fun with, making the sound and moving beyond elephant farts. All right, have fun. If you have any questions, just give me an email and give a shout, and I'll be sure and answer them. Thanks a lot.